So who's more nervous for Sunday, the supporters or the players?
I'm thinking the players, but there's such a buzz around Carnew. I'm 50-50. I'm on the fence.
So what's your name and what's your club?
Martin Coleman, Baltinglass.
And if you could bring one player back for the final Sunday, who would it be?
Kevin O'Brien.
If you were to sum up how you're feeling in 3 words before Sunday.
Feeling very excited for Sunday, yeah.
What's your name?
Ty Green.
And your club?
Carnew Emmets.
What's your name and what's your club?
Brian Kilcoyne from Baltinglass.
And can you predict the score for Sunday's final?
110 to 1-9 in favour of Baltinglass.
Thank you. What's your name and what's your club?
My name is Niamh Myers and my club is Carnew Emmets.
If Carnew were a band, who would be the lead singer?
For the football, we would have Cormac Doyle, lead singer. He created a song last year and he had wrote it based on the players.
So what's your name and what's your club?
Mark Staines from Baltinglass.
And if the Baltinglass football team were to be a band, who would be the lead singer?
Jackson.
So what's your name and what's your club?
My name is John O'Sullivan, Carnew Emmets.
And if you were to bring one player back for the final this weekend, who would it be?
Ty Collins.
Thanks, John. Your name and your club?
Brian Heaslip, Baltinglass.
And have you a message for your club for Sunday?
Yeah, well, just to believe in themselves, go out, give it a right go, learn from the past, and we should get over the line.
Your name and your club?
Don Hyland, Carnew.
And have you a message for your club?
The very, very best of luck to the club in all our finals. We've loads of finals coming up. To the seniors, we're on the verge of history, lads. The very, very best of luck. Give it your all.
Have you got a message for your team on Sunday?
Come on, Balto!
2, 1.
Come on, Carnew!
In the heart of the Garden County, where the hills meet the sky, we gather in our colours with our heads held high. From Aughrim sacred ground to the fields where legends play, we carry dreams of glory in the Wicklow way. Wicklow, GAA, our heart and soul, through every rise and every fall, with courage and pride we stand as one. In the game we love, our journey's begun. From earth to football, we'll give our all. Wicklow, GAA will answer call. Though the road has been rocky and the titles a few, we've tasted sweet victories and we've felt the blues. From Bray to Carnew, with every match we fight. Wicklow, GAA, our heart and soul, through every rise and every fall, with courage and pride we stand as one. In the game we love, our journey's begun. From earth to football, we give our all. Wicklow, GAA will answer call. In the stands we hear the cheering, in our hearts we feel the fire. Together as a family, we'll rise and never tire. With every kick and every score, our spirits soar so high. For the love of the game, we'll reach for the sky. Wicklow, GAA, our heart and soul, through every rise and football, we'll give our all. Wicklow GAA will answer call. So here's to our players and the dreams yet to come. With Wicklow GAA, we'll always be one. In the heart of our county, where the spirit runs free. Together we'll conquer in unity. In the heart of the Garden County, where the hills meet the sky, we gather in our colours with our heads held high. From Aughrim sacred ground to the fields where legends play, we carry dreams of glory in the Wicklow way. Wicklow GAA, our heart and soul, through every rise and every fall. With courage and pride we stand as one. In the game we love, our journey's begun. From hurling to football, we'll give our all. Wicklow GAA will answer call. Though the road has been rocky and the titles a few, we've tasted sweet victories and we've felt the blues. From Bray to Carnew, with every match we fight. Wicklow GAA, our heart and soul, through every rise and every fall. With courage and pride we stand as one. In the game we love, our journey's begun. From hurling to football, we give our all. Wicklow GAA will answer call. Stands we hear the cheering, in our hearts we feel the fire. Together as a family, we'll rise and never tire. With every kick and every score, our spirits soar so high. For the love of the game, we'll reach for the sky. Wicklow GAA, our heart and soul, through every rise and every fall. With courage and pride we stand as one. In the game we love, our journey's begun. From hurling to football, we give our all. Wicklow GAA will answer call. So here's to our players and the dreams yet to come. With Wicklow GAA, we'll always be one. In the heart of our county, where the spirit runs free. Together we'll conquer in unity. In the heart of the Garden County, where the hills meet the sky, we gather in our colours with our heads held high. From Aughrim sacred ground to the fields where legends play, we carry dreams of glory in the Wicklow way. Wicklow GAA, our heart and soul, through every rise and every fall. With courage and pride we stand as one. In the game we love, our journey's begun. From hurling to football, we'll give our all. Wicklow GAA will answer call. Though the road has been rocky and the titles a few, we've tasted sweet victories and we've felt the blues. From Bray to Carnew, with every match we fight. Wicklow GAA, our heart and soul, through every rise and every fall. With courage and pride we stand as one. In the game we love, our journey's begun. From hurling to football, we give our all. Wicklow GAA will answer call. In the stands we hear the cheering, in our hearts we feel the fire. Together as a family, we'll rise and never tire. With every kick and every score, our spirits soar so high. For the love of the game, we'll reach for the sky. Wicklow GAA, our heart and soul, through every rise and every fall. With courage and pride we stand as one. In the game we love, our journey's begun. From hurling to football, we give our all. Wicklow GAA will answer call. So here's to our players and the dreams yet to come. With Wicklow GAA, we'll always be one. In the heart of our county, where the spirit runs free. Together we'll conquer in unity. In the heart of the Garden County, where the hills meet the sky, we gather in our our colours with our heads held high. From Aughrim sacred ground to the fields where legends play, we carry dreams of glory in the Wicklow way. Wicklow GAA, our heart and soul, through every rise and every fall. With courage and pride we stand as one. In the game we love, our journey's begun. From hurling to football we'll give our all. Wicklow GAA will answer call. Though the road has been rocky and the titles a few, we've tasted sweet victories and we've felt the blues. From Bray to Carnew, with every match we fight. Wicklow GAA, our heart and soul, through every rise and every fall. With courage and pride we stand as one. In the game we love, our journey's begun. From hurling to football we give our all. Wicklow GAA will answer call. Stands we hear the cheering, in our hearts we feel the fire. Together as a family we'll rise and never tire. With every kick and every score our spirits soar so high. For the love of the game we'll reach for the sky. Wicklow GAA, our heart and soul, through every rise and every fall. With courage and pride we stand as one. In the game we love, our journey's begun. From hurling to football we give our all. Wicklow GAA will answer call. So here's to our players and the dreams yet to come. With Wicklow GAA we'll always be one. In the heart of our county where the spirit runs free. Together we'll conquer in unity. In the heart of the Garden County, where the hills meet the sky, we gather in our colours with our heads held high. From Aughrim sacred ground to the fields where legends play, we carry dreams of glory in the Wicklow way. Wicklow GAA, our heart and soul, through every rise and every fall. With courage and pride we stand as one. In the game we love, our journey's begun. From hurling to football we'll give our all. Wicklow GAA will answer call. Though the road has been rocky and the titles a few, we've tasted sweet victories and we've felt the blues. From Bray to Carnew, with every match we fight. Wicklow GAA, our heart and soul, through every rise and every fall. With courage and pride we stand as one. In the game we love, our journey's begun. From hurling to football we give our all. Wicklow GAA will answer call. In the stands we hear the cheering, in our hearts we feel the fire.
So who's more nervous for Sunday?
Hello there, you're very welcome to the Wicklow GAA TV stream of the booming platform higher senior football championship final between Baltinglass and Carnew Emmets. there is a massive crowd that has just come in here, and the match has been delayed by 10 minutes. We can still see floods of people coming in there out of the east and west gates. My name is Daniel Kennedy. I'll be taking through the commentary. I'm joined by Stephen Perry from Tinnahealy. How are you getting on, Stephen?
Good, thanks Dan. Good, very good.
So we're waiting for the teams now to take their position over at the parade. But any pre-match thoughts there, Stephen, on how this could pan out?
It'll be interesting to say the least. They're two of the best teams this year so far to get here. So county final day, this is where they want to be. Every team starts out in February wanting to get here, don't they? You know,
absolutely.
That's the goal. It's a great day here too.
And if you're looking back at the matches that have happened this year, these met in the group stages. They drew in that match, so there's no really telling way to divide them right now.
No, I'd say the first few minutes will be edgy enough. You know, they're going to be finding out a good lot about each other. They've learned a lot about each other from the first group game, and the matchups is going to be interesting to see. The matchups, what way they work out. You know,
we're looking here at the moment. If we were watching the matches there yesterday, you know there was a terrible breeze heading towards the town end. The breeze is there, it's not quite as strong, so we're expecting that won't be much of a factor today, Stephen?
It's still, I was just looking up there, it's 15 knots, 27 kilometres an hour blowing down into the town side. You know, it's a big advantage especially when you're playing into the town goal. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see where way the toss goes.
Of course, like we look at the individual players that we'll go through the teams in a moment, but are there any players in particular now you'll be watching out to see how they fare today?
Based on his semi-final tally, I'd say Tommy Keogh is one to watch anyway. He had a cracking semi-final, unfortunately, against Tinnahealy. But yeah, his brother Johnny is just behind him there. He'll be centre forward, another man to watch. He can pop up anywhere, and obviously the John McGrath is a threat. Any day he's out, you know.
Seems to be a name of a goal scorer in 2025 anyway, it seems, in GA. Of course, with John McGrath and the hurling.
yeah, honest to God, yeah. And in Carnew, like you're looking at, it'd be Sean Murphy and see maybe Ken Cullen, two players that are coming this year. Definitely ones to watch, you know.
Definitely, and like there's one man there you haven't mentioned, of course, the former Wexford county player, Ben Brosnan. Brilliant semi-final there against AGB now, and if you're Baltinglass, who are you sticking on him?
It's hard to know. Where is he going to play? Will Carrot Furlong pick him up? Maybe James Fleming. They've got pace to get out ahead of him. That's the big question. You know?
Absolutely, you know, and of course we're looking for droughts here. One drought at least will be ended. Carnew, we're looking back to the 70s as far back as their drought for Baltinglass. 51 years. And for Baltinglass, it's only a case of 5 years, but that might still seem like a very long time in Baltinglass case.
It would if you're in Baltinglass, they'll tell you that. It's nearly like Kerry, any longer than 3 years without Miley going back to the Stanley side, and it's like you know, they think they really do go out every year to win Miley, and you know, they have a great history in it as well.
Of course, like for Baltinglass, they've had recent heartbreak at the final stage. For Carnew, this is a new adventure. They won the intermediate last year, you know. And if you are Baltinglass and you're looking at that heartbreak, what are you bringing from those losses in finals in recent years?
That's just it, the heartbreak of defeat. You know, you're going to have to channel that and channel it positively. And if they can do that today, you know, they'll come out the right side of it. But yeah, it's heartbreak it leaves a little scar there, doesn't it? You know.
I know too well, and sure with Carnew and their new adventure, if you expecting, are they going to play with freedom, or are they going to set up almost tactically to stop Baltinglass? How do you feel?
Carnew might just. It's hard to know. Will they play their own game? You know, will it be the first 5 minutes? They'll have a lot of tails on it. You know, but you can see Baltinglass will definitely set out the way they want to play, and maybe it'll be up to Carnew to adapt to that, you know.
Absolutely, and now we're seeing there, I don't think you're picking up on the camera, but there's green flares there, so there's definitely an atmosphere building here in Echelon Park, Aughrim, as the team make their way here now to the bank side in their pre-match parade. Of course, three young fellas there carrying the flags of their respective clubs, Mark Jackson and Cormac Doyle. Many players actually with their children in hand. It's a big occasion for both clubs. Now for Carnew, this is their first of 3 county finals. They have 2 hurling next week. All eyes on this one here today. Certainly a brilliant atmosphere building at the moment, Stephen.
Brilliant atmosphere, yeah. I see Mark there carrying his son Liam, just 10 or 12 weeks old, You know, that's what days like this are all about, to have the family there as well, you know. It's a big occasion for them.
Massive occasion, and that was the camera pans there. We can see another big occasion for Dara Byrne from Kiltegan. And we're just going to go through the teams here now. We'll start off with Baltinglass. So starting off for Baltinglass, in goal is the pre-mentioned Mark Jackson. Cornerback is Connor Doody. Arun Daly Dane is the fullback, with the left cornerback is Carl Furlong. James Fleming starts at number 5. There's a change there from the programme. You can see there number 17, Sean Doody, comes in for Jason Kennedy. Pat Burke starts at left half back with Patrick Whelan and Jack Kerwin in midfield. Tom Burke, number 20, takes the place at right half forward. Stephen Heaslip comes out. Johnny Keogh and Christopher Heaslip also make up that half forward line. John McGrath, Tommy Keogh and Adam McHugh make up the full forward line. But we're going to have a moment's silence here. I'll take it through the Carnew team. We'll actually go through it. Cormac Doyle starts. Michael Rock, Justin House, Cormac Redmond in the full back line. Jack Doyle comes in for Owen Young in the half back line with Tommy Collins and Dan Redmond as well. Ken Cullen and Padraig Dorn start in the midfield with Richard Green, Ben Brosnan and John Doyle in the half forward line. Owen Kavanagh, Conor McRae and Sean Murphy make up the full forward line. But just we're going to have a moment's silence here for the late Ken Brown. After this now we will have the national anthem. As mentioned there is Dara Byrne from Ballymans, who is taking referee duties.
Emmet, Carn, Bhua.
The anthem is over. The players now are going to just a bit of a huddle. Imagine, haven't seen the toss there happen. Stephen, do you manage to spot that?
No.
Hasn't happened yet, so we're not too sure which sides who will be attacking the town end first. That had the win at their back to the first half. We can also notice there linesmen today are Kieran Kenny from Tinnahealy and Tiernan DeHall from Antoker. Gary Dunn from Kilcool is the fourth official. And teams now are coming out, well, Baltinglass are anyway. So we're still Carnew remain in their huddle. That national anthem really does give you goosebumps when it's sung like that, eh?
Yeah, should give Laura a run for her money from last week in Croke Park.
Saturday now.
Yeah, seems to be. Carnew are
going to be attacking with the win first half.
Yeah, looks to be that way.
Baltinglass
are playing into the Herbst end, so they're again to win.
See in the middle there. It seems like that's Sean Murphy there gone in the middle there for Carnew. For the throw in. Where's that? No, Sean Murphy's gone. John McGraw's out to wing forward. see there as well. Tommy Keogh's going into corner. Number 8 there, Patrick Whelan for Baltinglass has gone into the full forward line. Number 12 is Chris Heaslip, has come out to half forward, or come out to midfield rather. So it is going to be Sean Murphy. I think, is that Jack Kerwin there up for the toss?
Jack Kerwin's in for the throw in, yeah.
So Dara Byrne now to get us on the way. And away we go now for the 2020-2025 Senior Football Championship Final. It's Baltinglass who have first possession. It's Johnny Keogh on the ball. Gets past Sean Murphy on the advantage now. Up to Jack Kerwin. Jack Kerwin takes on the 45. Just comes a little bit loose run, but he keeps control of the ball. But we're going to go back for that free. So straight away, Baltinglass, a bit of pace about them to get on the attack straight away, Stephen.
Yeah, Jack Kerwin going forward with the ball. He can do that all day long.
So Johnny Keogh takes the free, just a short one out wide underneath the covered stand side. Work back to Chris Heaslip and back now to Johnny Keogh. So a bit of a hush gone around the crowd now as Baltinglass will waste there. I suppose it is their first attack. Johnny Keogh just teasing the Carnew defence as he slightly runs at them. Back on now to John McGrath. John McGrath brings it onto the 45. Now onto Arun Daly-Dane. He hands it on to Adam McHugh. Adam McHugh gives it over to Chris Heaslip. He shoots. I think that's just gone wide. So first attack, first wide for Baltinglass. Cormac Doyle now to get us back underway with the kick out. So any kind of anything of note there now from that Baltinglass attack? Are they just trying to whittle down the Carnew defence here earlier on?
John McGrath coming out the field there a good bit now to win some balls, so it's going to be interesting to see how he move around.
Jack Kerwin hands that ball back off to Chris Heaslip. He's almost challenged there by Richard Green, but he gets the ball back to Johnny Keogh. Johnny Keogh looks for Adam McHugh making the run inside. Cormac Redmond there is right behind him. Adam McHugh, that's 30 chucks in the ground. It's a free out for Carnew. And they have a chance to get on with it. Cormac Redmond gets on with it quickly. He gives it over to Daniel Redmond. Redmond now stalling the ball of the pitch. On to Podge Dorn. Dorn has Ken Cullen out wide, but it says he uses Daniel Redmond, and now he gets it over to, apologies there, it's Owen Kavanagh. Kavanagh gives the ball into space for Ken Cullen to run onto. Patrick Whelan is back there just to shadow him. Ken Cullen back to Owen Kavanagh. Kavanagh into the middle here to Podge Dorn. Dorn's going to shoot from on the 45. It's going to drop short. Jackson there collects easy enough. And now Baltinglass chance to break. So first attack there for Carnew. And up come Baltinglass. Connor Doody onto Patrick Whelan. Whelan now, good pace at the start of this game. He's looking inside and it looks like Tommy Keogh has stolen a march on Michael Rock. He looks now for Adam McHugh. Chance for a goal. He puts it. And that was over the bar. So goal on there straight away from Baltinglass.
Tommy went himself there.
Just saw his name in lights early on. It's a point nonetheless. Good move though from Baltinglass. From defence to attack from that Mark Jackson catch. There's a bit of a few calls there for the linesman to look at something, but I don't know what's exactly going on. Justin House now in possession. Good tackle there from Adam McHugh. Justin House on the ground. Johnny Keogh there goes in to get it. Ducks under the challenge of Justin House. He hands it over now to Jack Kerwin inside the D. Jack Kerwin back to, I think that's Tommy Keogh. On back to Johnny Keogh. Johnny Keogh for the chance of the second point. Stabs it over. So a lightning quick start here for Baltinglass against the wind. And of note here now, Stephen.
They're settling into attack very easy, aren't they? Very quickly.
Very, very quickly.
See the Keogh brothers there onto ball already, a lot of ball there, so it's going to be a good battle.
This kick out goes straight to Jack Kerwin's hands. He catches it. Gives it over now to Sean Doody. Sean Doody kicks it over, looking for Tommy Keogh here. Tommy Keogh. Just seeing what the obvious passes are. Gives it off to John McGrath on his left boot. John McGrath looks to curl this one over and he does.
Beautiful score. Very simple score, but great score by McGrath.
We're looking at here, we're only just about to go 4 minutes. The game's only about to go 4 minutes old. Baltinglass 3 points, Carnew Emmets no score. For Carnew now, like this is an early storm coming from Baltinglass. What have they got to do to get out of this?
They have to get their hands on the ball for starters. They're not getting enough ball, they're not winning ball in midfield there, so they're going to have to get the ball. It's all Baltinglass here at the minute.
So Cormac Doyle's last kick out went straight to Jack Kerwin's hands. He'll want to avoid the big number 9 in the middle of the field. He does look to avoid him. He's dropping it down on top of John Young, and Sean Murphy's there. He gives a bit of a push in the back to Sean Doody, and away comes Chris Heaslip. Gets past Jack Doyle. Chris Heaslip still going forward. Good tackle there by Jack Doyle. I think it's because he held back. No, yes, says the referee. Yeah. So free into Baltinglass.
He's just tugged.
Just held back Chris Heaslip. in that position. And Baltinglass with a chance to go 4 up. Mark Jackson making his way up the field.
Yeah, Johnny Keogh was putting it down. He was thinking about it there, but it's only Mark.
Stay here now, Mark Jackson. You can. So we're waiting for Mark Jackson to take this free. So off the turf, Mark Jackson to put Baltinglass 4 points up. Conor Doyle, you can see actually he's left his tee there on the 21. Mark Jackson, big boot there, puts it over the bar. Didn't have the greatest of game. In fact, I think he only scored 1 free from a good few in the semi-final.
Semi-final, yeah.
But he started off now, his first chance.
A good start now.
Cormac Doyle with the kick out. Ken Cullens comes short, but he decides to go and pump it long on top of Sean Murphy. Murphy raises hands. So there was Tom Burke. Scramble for possession. Over the ball there is Baltinglass, and Arun Daly-Dane comes out with it. On to Chris Easton. Back now to Patrick Whelan. Patrick Whelan, great tackle there in by Carnew. But still, Baltinglass looked the most likely to gain possession. However,
Carnew have it.
Owen Kavanagh doing the work there. On to Ken Cullen. Ken Cullen just stuck at the 65. Owen Kavanagh now working it into John Doyle rather. And here is Tommy Collins. Tommy Collins up now inside the arc. Gives it off to Jack Doyle. Jack Doyle from outside the arc with the wind at his back as Jack Doyle got Carnew's first score of the game.
That's it.
It's over the bar.
Yeah. Great score.
Just like that, the deficit is half. Jack Doyle with a 2-pointer. And that's exactly what they've got to do with the wind at their back, Stephen.
Absolutely, take advantage of it, yeah. That's where you want to be getting the 2-pointers with that wind. It was a great score.
See there, Dan Redmond is letting John McGrath know who he is anyway. He's getting right into him there.
Yeah, see that earlier on, they're getting to know each other well.
Absolutely, they'll be exchanging numbers before you know it. Jackson now with the kick out. Dropping it down on top of Jack Kerwin. But rises there, the hands of John Doyle, but it comes loose. Patrick Whelan trying to get possession. He doesn't. In comes Sean Doody. Doody on the ground. Hands it off to Arun. Arun gets it forward. And here comes Baltinglass. Now with Pat Burke. Pat Burke lets it in, looking for Tommy Keogh. But there is Michael Rocket. He gets it out now to Richie Green. Richie Green with a bit of space to run into. It's close and fast out. Sean Doody just shadowing him. He's still going forward. Colin McRae is trying to make himself available. Richard Green's going to go for this. Is he going to bring the deficit down to 1 point? He's not. It's gone
just
wide. So Carnew grown into it now,
yeah,
you reckon?
They're working their way into it now, yeah, absolutely. Only 2-point game, so.
Only 7 minutes almost on the clock here. Mark Jackson with his second kick out of the game. We're looking there to see, we can see Patrick Whelan's make himself available, but Hodge Doran though has gone over to meet him quickly. Jack Kerwin, their midfielders are spreading things wide here.
They're getting very wide.
And he's going down the end where Patrick Whelan is. And Patrick Whelan's going to rise above John Doyle, gets a hand to it. And here is Baltinglass now once again on the ball. Goes forward is Tommy Keogh. Johnny Keogh gives it over to John McGrath. Scored that earlier point. He drops the ball, but he gets it back and gets past Dan Redmond. John McGrath gives it off to Johnny Keogh just outside the arc. Now stepping in. And on the ball now is Tommy Keogh. He gives it back to James Fleming. Baltinglass now, I'm sure will be happy just to kick it side to side here, keep possession. As Patrick Whelan gives it over to Arun Daly. Arun Daly gives it out wide to Pat Burke. Pat Burke just centre forward there. Ben Brosnan hasn't got on much ball. He's just standing in front of him there, holding up the space. Pat Burke back to Arun Daly. Daly over to Fleming. Though this is much more patient than that frantic start we've had here so far, Stephen.
Yeah, Baltinglass just settling the ball, settling into it and going around the arc with it. There's challenge on Johnny Keogh there, but he's up, he's going.
From Jack Doyle, who of course gave away that earlier free, scored a 2-pointer since. Sean Doody gives it over to Patrick Whelan, brings on to the 45. No obvious gaps forming just yet, but Adam McHugh had that goal chance earlier on. Adam McHugh is going to left the ball in to John McGrath, who's ahead of Dan Redmond. John McGrath now turning inside Redmond. Can he get past him? No. 3 blue bodies around him, but he does well to hang out possession, gives it back to Pat Burke. Pat Burke skips past Tommy Collins. He lets it into the box for Jack Kerwin. Good hand there. I think that was Ken Cullen, or rather, yeah, it was Ken Cullen. Away from Carnew, and it's a high challenge there on, I think was that Tommy Collins. Was a high challenge by Patrick Whelan on Tommy Collins, and this might be the first booking of the game for Patrick Whelan. Yep.
Yellow card.
Cormac Doyle gets on with things quickly over to Jack Doyle. Jack Doyle back to Tommy Collins, very identifiable with those pink boots. Collins gets past the attempted challenge there by Johnny Keogh. Still going forward, being well shadowed there by James Fleming, but John Doyle now in possession for Carnew. John Doyle seen his options forward. Richie Green made himself available. Richie Green does control it, second time of asking. Podge Doran now is the obvious candidate to get this, and he collects. Sees now Tommy Collins in a bit of space ahead of Sean Doody. Sean Doody just trying to close up that space. Now into Sean Murphy, the danger man. He slips, but gives it off to Richard Green. Chance here now for another score for Carnew. Richard Green, he's had one wide, and that's his first score of the game. Brings the margin down to the minimum.
Great score. Tommy Collins came up to anchor the attack there, and it was a really well worked score.
And so now Sean Murphy, he's the danger man really. You're hoping now for Carnew to win that attack, slipping there, but doing the right thing and handing it off to Richard Green.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So Mark Jackson with his third kick out. Looking there at the obvious options there. He's going to go long, going to drop it on top of Sean Doody. Doody gets a hand to it and breaks it down nicely for James Fleming.
He was being held back.
Being held back, and James Fleming gets on things with a tap and go. Over and out to Sean Doody. Sean Doody, good challenge in there from Owen Kavanagh. He hands it off to John McGrath. John McGrath into the centre to Arun Daly. Patrick Whelan just making his move off and get around John Doyle. He's not going to use him straight away, but still Arun Daly's going forward. He gives it into Adam McHugh. Adam McHugh, boss slips out of his hand. Doesn't give Carnew the chance to steal it off him, and he keeps possession for Baltinglass. John McGrath made it move into space there just inside the arc, but Adam McHugh just keeps possession. Tommy Keogh back out to Sean Doody. Sean Doody spreads it wide over to James Fleming. James Fleming, we can see that the run now of Connor Doody, but he's going to go back to Adam McHugh. Adam McHugh now on to Jack Kerwin. Kerwin just outside the D. Jack Kerwin for Baltinglass's 5th point. Umpires are questioning it, and it's gone wide.
John McGrath there, he's doing tyrant work there in the half forward line. He's going around hunting, looking for ball. He's hand up looking for it all the time there. He was nearly on mark there for about a minute. Dan Redmond surely will have his hands full with that man today as Cormac Doyle hits that ball down the centre. It goes into the midriff of Connor Doody, and James Fleming kicks it forward. Looking now for Tommy Keogh. That's a good hand though by Michael Rock, but here goes Patrick Whelan. Back to Tommy Keogh. Keogh now with a chance to put that wide a moment ago. Right. 5 points to 3. Am I right in saying that wide a moment ago was Baltinglass' first wide of the match? 2.
Sorry, they've had 2 wides. 5 points, 7 opportunities. Cormac Doyle with his kick out now. That wind, it's been going long all day so far in these opening 12 minutes. Dropping on top of Sean Murphy, gets a hand to a brilliant hand on, but Arun Daly was standing in the space brilliantly for Baltinglass. Sean Doody now hands it off, and Baltinglass just going to work this from the back. In possession is Tom Burke. Tom Burke out to Arun Daly. Sean Murphy going in to shadow him. Sean Murphy gets a hand in it, putting Arun under all sorts of pressure, but Darragh Byrne sees that as infringement, and it's a free to Baltinglass. Arun Daly surely waited. Yeah, he took too much time with that. They'll try everything, I suppose, in those positions to get it moving quickly.
Absolutely. Any bit of advantage you can take.
Pat Burke now in possession. Brings it on to the Carnew 65. No immediate pressure, but just lads standing in space where he can't run into. Patrick Whelan. Back over to Johnny Keogh. And he sees John McGrath in that space that you mentioned that he's been taking up, working tirelessly to get into those positions. Brings it inside the arc. John McGrath back to Johnny Keogh. Johnny Keogh sees his brother Tommy. Tommy now in possession. Tackle there from Tommy Collins. He looks it back. Here's Adam McHugh. Scored that earlier point. Still in possession. Gives it back to John McGrath. John McGrath, no obvious chance of shooting, and Carnew getting into it. Tommy Collins wins possession. He's on the advantage. Carnew can come away with this one. And Tommy Collins wants to get on quickly and does so with his well in his right. Does it nice and quickly. Looking for Sean Murphy. He's slightly held back, but good reading by Arun Daly. Arun Daly now going forward. Gives it over to Chris Heaslip. Adam McHugh made a move inside, but he just gives it across to Sean Doody. Now they use Adam McHugh. Adam McHugh is now ahead of Justin House. McHugh just going into the corner there. Has to come back out. Chris Heaslip is standing in a bit of space inside the arc, but he gives it across though to Arun Daly on the 45, who gives it back to Patrick Whelan. Patrick Whelan on to Jack Kerwin. Kerwin assessing his options, gives a ball over to Pat Burke. Pat Burke, they're just doing well there to make sure that ball had no chance of going out for a sideline. Johnny Keogh is making the move to his left. And there is Podge Doran just shadowing. And in comes Ben Brosnan as well to cover the space. He's taking it out on the arc. He's got a chance to go for a score. A lot of space out there for Pat Burke. Not going to go for it. Gives it to Arun Daly. Arun Daly gives the ball over to Sean Doody. Sean Doody puts the head down and runs, shoots, comes off the midriff of a Carnew player. Sure, it's a 45 for...
45, yeah.
It's another chance for Mark Jackson to come up the pitch. He's already halfway up the pitch, essentially. Knowing exactly what was happening there. There's a bit of afters going on there. Down at near the Carnew goal between Justin House. That's John McGrath.
John McGrath.
But there's a long way to go. A lot of shoving to be done. That's Mark Jackson.
They'll definitely know John McGrath the next time to see him anyway.
Mark Jackson, one from a free earlier on. We'll just see here now with Dara Byrne. Is he going to brandish a yellow card?
I think he's just having a talking to him. I think, oh, there is,
No,
yeah.
there is for Justin House.
Yellow.
So fullback on a yellow card. Justin, towards the end of the AGB match, just came out trumps. He would generally just stick in the full back line until maybe about 40-50 minutes in. Then he'll start to spread his legs and get further up the pitch. But Mark Jackson to put Baltinglass further in front now, make it a double score game. One from a free earlier on. Mark Jackson puts the boot through it, and that is looking like it's sailing over the bar in that spot. That's 6, Carnew 3.
That's 2 for Mark Jackson there now from the top.
He's definitely looking on form today compared to the Tinahely match.
Yeah.
Cormac Doyle, Podge Dorans comes short here. Johnny Keoghan noticed that. But from the way, with Jack Kerwin and Patrick Whelan and Sean Doody just lining up on the midfield. It's a tough ball down and back to exactly where it is. That's Jack Kerwin who catches that, takes his mark, and Baltinglass get on with it. John McGrath over to Chris Heaslip. Ken Cullen there trying to make himself difficult, but the ball off Jack Kerwin, he just bounces off 2 Carnew men and goes forward. Back to Sean Doody on the 45. Patrick Burke making a run off him, just a decoy run, so he spreads it back to Arun Daly. Now Arun Daly on the 45, over to Johnny Keogh. Johnny Keogh, runner off from there as James Fleming doesn't use him, just keeps on going. Ben Brosnan shadowing. Johnny Keogh works it back to Sean Doody. John McGrath's in a lot of space here, just on the 45 centrally. John McGrath now, will he go for it? No, he's just going to carry on carrying the ball. And now, no, just a dummy shot there. Looks to go through Jack Doyle. Over carries.
He was going to pull the trigger and then thought against it.
And away comes Tommy Collins for Carnew. Carnew now, floods of blue jerseys going up with him. Ahead of him is Cormac Redmond. He got to go for Sean Murphy. Sean Murphy, the danger man, brilliantly past the marker of Carl Furlong. 2 men go down there under challenge. And Carnew still have possession. Colin McRae has John Doyle available. Conor McRae, dummy, past Pat Burke. Goes for the lobbing ball in, looking for Owen Kavanagh. Hand there from Aaron Doody. Here's Owen Kavanagh for a goal chance! Oh! What a goal by Owen Kavanagh! But no, we're going back for the free.
Back for the free.
We've had a serious story here this week and in Echelon Park of goals being chalked off for a free up the pitch.
Yeah.
This is another one.
Yesterday in the intermediate final, the last few minutes,
Was indeed, but
I had a whistle blowing though. It's hard to hear it up here.
Ben Brosnan now with a chance for a 2-pointer, so at least they can get 2/3 of what they were hoping for. Ben Brosnan with the luminous orange boot. Look very clean. They won't be too clean by the end of this match, you can be sure. Ben Brosnan, that is looking like it's going over the bar. Yeah, and that's it.
2-pointer.
Second 2-pointer of the game for Carnew. It's Baltinglass 6 points, Carnew Emmets 5 points. So we're definitely, this game certainly has had a brilliant life so far.
Tommy Collins very strong there, going attacking through the middle there. He's having a good game so far, and Carnew only a point behind, like, and Baltinglass playing all the football.
Now Mark Jackson with the kick out. He's only his 4th kick out so far of the match. Against that breeze, it's still a big boot from the county man. He's dropped on top of John McGrath, but there is Patrick Whelan. John Doyle, though, is the man to come out for Carnew. Owen Kavanagh now in possession. Running ahead of him is Ken Cullen. He's not going to use him, just hands it back to Ben Brosnan. Ben Brosnan over to John Doyle. John Doyle on there just working it back. Now here's Tommy Collins over to Jack Doyle. Scored that earlier 2-pointer for Carnew. Richard Green is making a move ahead of him, but he sees Sean Murphy running into space just at the edge of the arc. Sean Murphy back to Jack Doyle. Is this a shooting chance for Jack Doyle? It is indeed, and he's put it over, and that is the equaliser for Carnew. 6 points each. 17 minutes on the clock. The crowd certainly has gone up an octave here with the scoring.
And Carnew has started to realise to get the ball in midfield, get the window of the job.
I think
they're getting in the ball quicker.
I think your advice of getting your hands on the ball has definitely started to work for Carnew. Jackson with the kick out, going long, looking for Sean Doody, goes over his head, goes through the legs of Dan Redmond, and here comes Baltinglass. It's a great tackle there by Owen Cabinet to stop that attack, and Richard Green has a free. Green gets it out to Colin McRae. Colin McRae in acres of space. He's got a lovely boot him if he wants to shoot from it. Pat Burke closes down the space, but here goes Colin McRae. Further shot, it's going to drop. Jackson catches with ease. Out to Arun Daly. Arun Daly has Patrick Whelan ahead of him, uses him. Colin McRae doing the dog work, trying the press there from high up the pitch. But Baltinglass get round that, and here comes Arun Daly again. Just gliding along the ground, and onto Johnny Keogh, making a move ahead of him is Carl Furlong. Carl Furlong now, Owen Cabinet doing the work there to shadow, but here goes Carl Furlong. Chance here now, John McGrath's free, he wants to use them, gives it to John McGrath, good chance! Back of the net for Baltinglass, 1-6 to 6 points! What a goal from Baltinglass, the way they worked that all the way up the pitch.
Great work by Carl Furlong there on the build up to that. McGrath just waiting, poaching, waiting to get the shot off in loads of space. Great goal.
Cormac Doyle finds Jack Doyle here, but John McGrath's closing that space fast, but Jack Doyle hangs on with ease. Now to Tommy Collins. Collins there gets past Johnny Keogh. Ben Brosnan in possession, gets around another challenge from Johnny Keogh. Ben Brosnan, white shirt surrounded him. He looks for the pass to Dan Redmond. Redmond now on to Cormac Redmond. Into Justin House, as I mentioned there, he likes to get up the pitch. But you just later in the match, but here go away Carnew again now down the covered stand side with Ken Cullen on the ball. Sean Doody shadowing him, gives it over to Richard Green, scored a pointer on, missed another one. Richard Green, lovely hop, lovely solo. On now to Podge Dorn, to Colin McRae. His shot dropped earlier there a few moments ago. Richard Green, under pressure there from Pat Burke. Richard Green slips to the floor, sees the ball into Colin McRae, who gets there ahead of Conor Doody. Conor McRae from wide. Is that over the bar? That is an absolutely fantastic score from Conor McRae.
Possible angle there, that was a brilliant point.
There was the argument, he's technically speaking, he's outside the arc nearly. You can almost argue that's almost worth a 2-pointer, but Congress happens.
Just what they needed after that goal.
So it's 1-6 to 7 points.
Over. And the Bernard Glen intermediate team of 2000.
Mark Jackson with the kick out. Just an announcements for the Denard 25-year side to come onto the pitch at half time as that ball is dropped in the middle and Carnew in possession. Here is Sean Murphy. Dan Redmond is making a move to his left. Sean Murphy though not going to use him, but now he could, he's in space. No, Sean Murphy still goes. Good.
Off here.
Carl Furlong doing very good work there. However, Carnew still in possession. John Doyle looking for Richie Green. Green catches. Green with a chance for a second score of the game. Richard Green, where's this gone? It looks like it's
gone to the right.
Second wide of the game for Richard Green. Mark Jackson has to. Are they not meant to have a ball in the back of the net, or is that not? Is Dara Byrne not point for that at the start of the match?
Hard to know now with that one.
You have to go into the backfield behind the goal there. At least it wasn't
out now anyway.
There we go. Yeah. So Mark Jackson with the kick out. Looking long there, Carl Furlong's making himself available short. However, Mark Jackson will put his boot through it. Looks to go long on top of Jack Kerwin. Hand there, Patrick Whelan looking to break onto it, does get it. Johnny Keogh making a move to his left. Tackle there from Tommy Collins, but it's a free into Baltinglass.
Paddy Whelan did well there to get that.
Paddy Whelan just feeling his shoulder there a bit as well. As Mark Jackson makes his move up, and we're having a look there, yeah, Patrick Whelan, a bit worse for wear on that challenge from Tommy Collins. Waiting to see here. I don't think there's no one being called over for that challenge. It's just
no. I think they were just tussling for the ball and they got caught up in each other.
Say a Gaelic football incident, you might say.
Yeah.
It's very essential now for Mark Jackson. He's 2 from 2 from place balls. The way he's been kicking them today. Would you doubt him?
No, it is into a strong win, but even his kick out that last time there was well past halfway line into the win, so he has the range on the boot.
We were seeing yesterday like balls weren't even getting to the 65 against that win, even some of them barely dropping out of the 45 from kickouts. Mark Jackson though has been, his foot is well polished today, and that is a long boot. Is it floating over? That looks good.
It's over.
The lead back out to 3 points. Oh, that's a 2-pointer. Sorry, out to 4 points. So Mark Jackson with a 45, a free, and a 2-pointer free. Cormac Doyle his opposite, on to take this kick out. Podge Doran is pointing him where he wants it. And he's hitting it down on top of John Doyle, where Patrick Whelan behind him. Patrick Whelan gets a hand to it, and John McGrath gets out the loose ball. Good tackle there from O'Cavanagh. Cormac Redmond comes out with the ball for Carnew. Ben Brosnan looking forward, gives it into Tommy Collins. Collins has Jack Doyle, he uses him. On to Cormac Doyle, back to Tommy Collins. Collins taken into the Baltinglass half. He's on to the 45. Guys, turn of pace there from Tommy Collins. Runs into a few white bodies. He's still going forward.
Very lucky not to get done for steps there.
The ball rolls away from O'Cavanagh. He just kicks it against the fence, and it is Carnew essentially breaking down their own attack there.
Yeah. I think Tommy was looking for help there. There was none obvious there for him.
Just a wall of white bodies on the 45 that he ran right into. As Baltinglass now get on with this. Here is James Fleming. Fleming gives it inside to Jack Carwin. Back to Fleming. Nice pace from the young man. Fleming still going forward. Jack Doyle chasing him. James Fleming not going to be put off by him. Onto McGrath. Back to Johnny Keogh. And John McGrath now with a bit of space there in front of the arc. It's all opened up for him. Chris Heaslip and Adam McKeown makes it. John McGrath, that is. Chris Heaslip might try to keep this in, can't.
It's uncharacteristic of McGrath there on that one. It just slipped off the outside of the boot.
You know, you kind of wonder in that position. He had time to really set himself there. The amount of space he was in.
Yeah, loads of time. Yeah.
We're just waiting. I think it was just calling for Chris Heaslip to get back into position. He was just beyond the 21. But now, I'm sure Dar Byrne is having a chat with Tommy Collins in the middle of the field. Where is he?
Probably remind him to solid the ball.
Cormac Doyle now waiting for the call to hit it. He does. He's looking for to go over the head of Richie Green. It's a sideline ball. That's or kick out. It's Adam McHugh now with the sideline for Baltinglass. You can see a few moves there. Gives it over to Chris Heaslip. Heaslip Saul on the ball, gives it over now to Jack Kerwin. Kerwin inside the arc. Kerwin, nice change of pace from Kerwin. He's going through. Here. Kerwin gives it over to John McGrath. Chance there for Tommy Keogh. He just fists it over the bar.
Defence just scrambled back in time there for that one.
1-9.
See Kerwin going through. He's a big man.
Such a gallop there. You wouldn't be surprised to see him galloping up in Leopardstown or Cheltenham, but he's in Echelon Park today. And there's, I think, is that Jack Kerwin actually down there getting treatment?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I think it is. Another stoppage in play here. Of course, both Paddy Whelan and Jack Kerwin having to get treatment from the physios so far in this first half. And just while he's down, I'd like to remind you, you can win a Ford Puma worth the value of 33,000 plus lots of cash prizes. You can buy tickets on the Wicklow GAA website. Cormac Doyle with the kick out, going long. It's going to drop there. It's a brilliant hand there by, I think that's Chris Heaslip.
Heaslip, yeah.
He's running, he gives it off to Johnny Keogh. Bit of space there. Sean Murphy's trying to close him down, but Johnny Keogh just runs into Sean Murphy, but he gives it off to Chris Heaslip. Gives into space there for Tommy Keogh to chase after. Wasn't the best of ball, but at least Baltinglass for their sake retain possession. Hands it over back to Johnny Keogh. Seems to be up after that, alright after that Sean Murphy challenge. Gives it over to onto James Fleming. Michael Rock just shadowing him. Fleming. Now it's on to Tommy Keogh. Back to Johnny Keogh. Johnny Keogh just calming things down a bit here now. You can even hear a bit of a hush in the crowd almost. Here's Adam McHugh. Over to Tom Burke. Tom Burke on to Pat Burke. Pat Burke back to Adam McHugh. Baltinglass just toying with Carnew, you feel, just waiting for the gap to form. It's Johnny Keogh just happy enough to sort of this in front of Cormac Redmond. He gives it off to Patrick Whelan now. Will he have a turn of pace here? Gets inside John Doyle. Still going forward, Patrick Whelan. Trying to get past Jack Doyle. Turns in, back to Tommy Keogh. Tommy Keogh has a few available. Gives it over to Tom Burke. Tom Burke takes control. Gets it out now to Adam McHugh. Adam McHugh hands it off to Sean Doody. Doody back to Pat Burke. Johnny Keogh there's in a bit of space there on the 45 as John McGrath does find him. Johnny Keogh. There's only 5 minutes left of this half. It's Johnny Keogh now. Quick turn of pace there. O'Cavanagh trying to scramble back. Johnny Keogh with the chance to shoot.
Dropping short.
Cormac Redmond catches with ease. Just over the head there of the Carnew player. He was Ken Cullen. And Sean Doody, James Bond style, slides in and takes it. Tackle there from Podge Doran. Ball spills loose. Baltinglass still in possession. Here's Jack Kerwin trying to get past Ken Cullen. Jack Kerwin still going. Big gallop on this man. He gives it over now to Pat Burke. And Baltinglass a chance just to calm it down again. It just seems to come in waves of pace, calm, pace,
just walk the ball back then and control it again.
Chris Heaslip on the 45. John Doyle for Carnew, just letting him know he's there, I'm sure. Well, just by marking that space. He kicks it infield, back to Johnny Keogh. Johnny Keogh onto the 45. Out wide to Pat Burke. Pat Burke. There'll be white boots on him. Handed over now to Adam McHugh. And I just work it across the 45. Here is Tom Burke. Tom Burke now to James Fleming. Bit of space in front of the D has opened up. Gives it off now to Tommy Keogh. Tommy Keogh back to Sean Doody. And he's just going to calm things down again. So we've got 4 minutes to go. Can Baltinglass just keep this going until half time, do you reckon?
Yeah, they can get in at half time with a 5-point lead.
And here is Johnny Keogh. He gives a brilliant ball in to Adam McHugh. Bit of space now in front of the goal. Nice change of pace for Adam McHugh. Tries to keep possession. Ken Cullen got his hand in there. Jack Kerwin now is on the 13. Jack Kerwin. Brilliant score.
Kerwin is very menacing there for Carnew defence there to the last 10 minutes.
You almost feel like with himself and Pat Squealing, there's such a change in pace that gap can open up for them. They will just take 2 strides to get through it. Yeah. Cormac Doyle should go short to Podge Dorn. Dorn came to the edge of the arc to collect that. And Johnny Keogh there shadowing him, jockeying him, trying to put him off. But Podge Dorn, though, using the body of Sean Murphy there, the decoy run to get around there. And he gives that to Richie Green. Good shot there from Pat Burke, but neither player seemed upset with that. Richie Green wins a free. And he gets on with things quickly. I suppose he was on the verge of taking too much time with that. And he gets into Ben Brosnan. Chance for a 2-pointer for Brosnan. It's going to drop. It seems to be sailing over the bar for Carnew. 110 to 9 points.
2-pointers for Brosnan.
They are the positions you want Brosnan in. Central, just outside the arc. They haven't used it a whole lot in this half.
No, and with the wind you'd imagine, but then they're not getting the ball at the halfway line. They're not getting the possession they need around the halfway line there at the minute.
Of course, you can see the way Mark Jackson's been kicking these. It's not the worst of wind really to kick against. So I wonder with Carnew, they'll have to carry it a lot more in the second half regardless.
Just holding it up there now.
Now that's the first time we've really seen that today. Yeah. But it's still Baltinglass in possession and running forward. Nice turn of pace from Chris Heaslip. And he gets past Collins. Collins held him back. And that's going to be a free in for Baltinglass. Yeah. Mark Jackson with another chance just to cancel out that.
Carnew man on the ground here as well.
You can see he's just, I think that Ken Cullen, is it? Or Cormac Redmond on the floor. He's saying it was a hook to the face. Just trying to, yeah, it is Cormac Redmond on the ground. And just while Cormac Redmond's on the ground, next year, Wicklow GAA season passes for 2026 are now available to purchase on the Wicklow GAA website. So if you want to see more matches like this here in Echelon Park, you can have your chance to see them all with one payment. And just a bit of afters as well. I think Dara Burns calling for a sub for Carnew. And tugged off there is number 27, Paddy McGing. Cormac Redmond seems to be up. I think looks to be a temporary sub actually. Just noticed there as well, around where Mark Jackson is ready to take his free, Arun Daly and Richie Green are having a chest competition.
Yeah.
So there's confirmation that it is a temporary substitution for Cormac Redmond.
Blood is bleeding a bit from the eyebrow.
Yeah. Kind of just a streak across his face there actually. Seems to be, yeah. Blood pouring down. Mark Jackson now to cancel out that Ben Brosnan 2-pointer. Dara Byrne is going to have a word with the umpires about that challenge. You didn't see anything yourself?
Didn't see it myself, no, I just seen him on the ground.
Of course, the time just being held up here at 28 minutes, so we've got less than 2 minutes to go until the hooter sounds. Dara Byrne is calling someone in here to have a word.
Clock's back on. No, he's going ahead with it.
Going ahead. just been made aware of what happened. Mark Jackson now to make it 1-12-9, cancel out that Ben Brosnan 2-pointer from play. One erring so far. Only one kick out got held up by the wind. This one though is not going to be held up by the wind. 15 points to 9, 1-12 to 9 points to Baltinglass. Cormac Doyle to get us back up and running with the kick out for Carnew. Do feel that they need something before the end of this half.
They do, yeah. I just think that Sean Murphy's very quiet where he is in position there. I think that if they're not winning midfield, and you have a man like that there, you could be bringing him out.
And that is short there, and Baltinglass straight away pounced with Adam McHugh. Dan Redman is tackling him, however Adam McHugh gets away from him, and it's a free out for over carrying Tommy Collins, of course. He's not going to wait around, he's getting run with a tap and go. Blue jerseys off his left and right, but white jerseys in his front, and he gives it off to Justin House. Powerful, big full back.
Right, the support, he doesn't know it. He ran into contact.
James Fleming going forward. Johnny Keogh now into space. Is he going to kick it forward? No, just gets his body over it. Justin House fell. And that is the experience there, buying that foul, and it's going to be moved up to the 21. Justin House is on a yellow card, so he can't really be afforded to making these fouls or having these afters.
Yeah, a little bit of afters and the hand on the back. Keogh got the free, nice and handy there. Been brought up.
So Baltinglass with a chance to go 7 points up before the hooter sounds. I know Mark Jackson was making his way up, I suppose, for that position, but I think they may...
well within one of it. Just well within Tommy Keogh's range.
There's Ben Brosnan and Pat Burke are getting to know each other in the midfield. Tommy Keogh though doesn't look at that, puts it over the bar. Baltinglass 113, Carnew 9 points. The hooter has just sounded, and I think that's they're gonna have one last play.
They're playing now is
both teams are making their way to the dressing room for half time, but there's a little bit of shoving going on. Nothing much. Jack Irwin telling Tom Burke where to go. But there's no stop to this, and there's a man down for Baltinglass.
Doody.
Jack Doyle there. Doody there. Everyone's been told to go. I suppose. With that again, I suppose Darragh Byrne's not too quick into this. However, I have seen it happen where after it's happened, well, lads are going to the dressing room and the referee waits for the guilty parties.
Yeah. It's always a risk going down along there. You know, the passions is high, you know, but it seems to have all calmed down there now.
So we're going to go through a couple of stats here. So see there from play, Baltinglass have 1-6, Carnew 9 points, 7 points from frees for Baltinglass. I mean, Baltinglass have been so accurate today with only 3 wides as well.
And they're going to be playing with the wind now in the second half, which, you know, for the Bhua with Jackson, the 2-pointers are a big advantage, as we see with Carnew if getting 3 of them. Yeah, Mark Jackson's what he was. He got 2 2-pointers, has he?
Yeah, two 2-pointers.
And 2 1-pointers, yeah.
2 1-pointers.
Yeah.
So we'll be back here in about 10 minutes' time for the second half of the Boom and Platform Higher Senior Football Championship final. Baltinglass leading here against Carnew, 113 to 9 points.
So who's more nervous for Sunday, the supporters or the players?
I'm thinking the players, but there's such a buzz around Carnew. I'm 50-50. I'm on the fence.
So what's your name and what's your club?
Martin Coleman, Baltinglass.
And if you could bring one player back for the final Sunday, who would it be?
Kevin O'Brien.
If you were to sum up how you're feeling in 3 words before Sunday.
Feeling very excited for Sunday, yeah.
And what's your name?
Green.
And your club?
Carnew Emmets.
What's your name and what's your club?
Brian Kilcoyne from Baltinglass.
And can you predict the score for Sunday's final?
110 to 19 in favour of Baltinglass.
Thank you. What's your name and what's your club?
My name is Niamh Myers and my club is Carnew Emmets.
If Carnew were a band, who would be the lead singer?
For the football, we would have Cormac Doyle, lead singer. He created a song last year and he had wrote it based on the players.
So what's your name and what's your club?
Mark Staines from Baltinglass.
And if the Baltinglass football team were to be a band, who would be the lead singer?
Jackson.
So what's your name and what's your club?
My name is John O'Sullivan, Carnew Emmets.
And if you were to bring one player back for the final this weekend, who would it be?
Ty Collins.
Thanks, John. Your name and your club?
Brian Heaslip, Baltinglass.
And have you a message for your club for Sunday?
Yeah, well, just to believe in themselves, go out, give it a right go, learn from the past, and we should get over the line.
Your name and your club?
Don Highland, Carnew.
And have you a message for your club?
The very, very best of luck to the club in all our finals. We've loads of finals coming up. To the seniors, we're on the verge of history, lads. The very, very best of luck. Give it your all.
Have you got a message for your team on Sunday? Come on, Balto! 2, 1. Come on, Carnew!
Support Wicklow GAA and you could win a hybrid Ford Puma worth 33,000 a year or 25,000 a year cash. Get your tickets from your club.
It's dropping from the skies. The big man has it again. Oh, he's lording it today. He's backing himself. He has the distance. But has he the accuracy? It's over the bar. Toshi Garuto. Toshi Hanutrasta. You've done it. Nobody.
Our GAA. We all belong here, in this place, at this time. We belong not because of who we are or where we come from. Being here means belonging. Belonging means knowing you're part of a community that has a place for all. Where potential is nurtured, where individuals become teams, who honour the legacy of those who went before and strive to build a legacy of their own. Some of us play, some of us used to play, some of us never played. We all belong. Belonging means having a voice, means being able to say what you think is right. Being listened to. Belonging means respecting each other, means being there for each other, on the pitch, off the pitch. Belonging means rolling our sleeves up and doing what needs to be done. We all belong, whether it's our first day or our 100th year. We all belong here, because this place belongs to us all. Our GAA, where we all belong.
Support Support Wicklow GAA and you could win a hybrid Ford Puma worth 33,000 a year or 25,000 a year cash. Get your tickets from your club.
Just kick the ball out to the middle of the field. Get your head in the game. Come on. Keepers! Jesus Christ, Alan! Will they catch the ball? That's your square, your responsibility. You called for the ball. Come on and get your head in the game. James, lads, he's lost the hunger altogether, that fella. Christ.
Eugene, listen, look. We're all worried about him. He's not in a good place. He's not himself. He doesn't need you on the sideline shouting at him with abuse. Look, go and have a chat with him and see if he's all right, will you?
Yes, I never thought of that. Hold on. Alan! Alan, come here!
It's important to remember that underneath the jersey, GAA players are just normal people too. 4 to 4 of us have mental health, and you don't have to be an expert to make a positive difference at your GAA club. Look after yourself and keep an eye out for others. Sometimes all you have to do is listen. Go to realtalks.ie/GAA to learn more.
Tá áitir le when a lig. Wenne tá bio a fannacht lá nach tuach a riomh Peter. Wenne a hín siar ríist sa ríist eile hig an áitir asmuid.
Well, lads, what's the crack?
Wenne nach stop a riomh go dagan a pointe nach féidir mu a stoppa. Wenne nach niúltín riomh don obair tala déna.
You got it all free?
Wenne chur na rai gach ile tradiisiún agus gach ile scéile chur rai hoganna. Wenne bíomhanlinn na leitheanta hagan go deo. Wai hain, wahi hain, uha hain, wain hain. Tá áit le wenne lig. Áit linne ligi. Cumann Lucas Gael tá áit dúna ligán.
She'll forget it's her first day. She'll grit her teeth and try her heart out. She'll know that someday she'll master the lift. She'll never forget her first day. She is a camogie player, and she belongs where we all belong. GAA, where we all belong.
Good morning, John.
Morning, Tom. Your taxi waits.
The fact of coming back down here to meet up with the lads and everything and the contact they kept with me is an enormous boost.
There was a need there for us to look after our older members. My own father comes along and he was sick then before Christmas, so he didn't come here, and really I could see a difference in him. I felt that he missed his friends.
It's the Monday Club, and everybody who wants to come along is invited. They're remaking connections that they had 20 years ago when they were all very active club members, and now all of a sudden they sit down and it's like they were never away from one another.
I think it's one of the better things that we've done on our healthy club journey because it means so much.
Support Wicklow GAA and you could win a hybrid Ford Puma worth 33,000 a year or 25,000 a year cash. Get your tickets from your club.
You're very welcome back to this Wicklow GAA TV stream of the Bowman Platform Higher Senior Football Championship final between Baltinglass and Carnew. We're just about to get ready for this second half. I'm Daniel Kennedy on the commentary. I'm here with Stephen Perry on the co-commentary. So Baltinglass with a 7-point lead at half time, Stephen, but you know too well that 7 points is not exactly a margin.
Not after last year, no. They went in with 7 points up last year, I think, as well. I see Sean Murphy seems to have come to around the middle of the field. Are they going? But Carnew going to change, bring him out, try and get a bit of possession around the middle.
Of course, he was in there for the throw in the first half, trying to get the possession ahead of Jack Kerwin.
Just been issued number 12. Just been issued a yellow card.
Number that was
and 14.
Number 12, that's Chris Heath there has received the yellow card, and number 14, Conor McRae, has also received the yellow card. That was for the afters at the end.
In at half time.
Going in at half time. We also have, of course, Cormac Redmond is back on in place of Paddy McGing. His head's been bandaged up, is alright to play, but he's wearing number 30 now. Dara Byrne waiting for lads to get in their positions so we can get the second half here started. 7 points for Carnew to climb. Dara Byrne throws the ball in. I'll go Sean Murphy and Jack Kerwin both get a hand to it. It breaks there. Ben Brosnan gets his hands to it, but it's Baltinglass with possession with Johnny Keogh. Back now to Arun Daly. Arun Daly, they're just working it down the cover end stand here with James Fleming. Fleming there. Podge Doran just eating up the space ahead of him. He hands it off to Tommy Keogh. Back now to James Fleming. Fleming there, nice burst of pace. Is there a shot going to come in here? They had the win in their back this half, Baltinglass, but they used Mark Jackson's boot in the first half to perfection against the wind. As they're just playing it now across between the 65 and 45 now. That's a nice ball into Jack Kerwin, or Sean Doody rather. And a shot from Johnny Keogh. Gone wide. So Cormac Doyle now with the kick out mop, as they call him. Luminous, they love their luminous gear, this Carnew side. Luminous orange gloves on Cormac Doyle. And he kicks that ball long, looking for John Doyle, and Ken Cullen's also underneath it, but Conor Doody gets a hand to it. It's won though by Richard Green. He gets on with the quickly with a tap and go. In now to Ben Brosnan. Brosnan back to Jack Doyle. Jack Doyle now bringing it on to the Baltinglass 65. They work it out wide. And the ball work to John Doyle. John Doyle back to Jack Doyle. Dan Redmond in possession. Back to Jack Doyle, just slips out of his hand, but no Baltinglass man around him to capitalise on that almost ever. As they just, it's now Carnew's time to relax and calm things down. They've 7 points to make up. Owen Cabinet passed it into Colin McRae, who was ahead there. Carl Furlong pushing it back. It's going to be a free for Carnew, and they get on things quickly. Jack Doyle scored a 2-pointer earlier on, gives it over to Ken Cullen. Ken Cullen tackle there from Johnny Keogh. Ken Cullen still going with the ball on the Dan Redmond, over to Conor McRae. Carl Furlong shadowing him, but Ken Cullen's made a move inside. Jack Kerwin there, trying to get a challenge in, but here goes Conor McRae. Hands on the punch door, no!
He didn't look where he was passing.
Good interception there by Carl Furlong. And Baltinglass now with a chance to break. Arun Daly. This man down there just for Baltinglass on the 21, pushed over there. Sean Murphy on Arun Daly. Advantage being played for Baltinglass as they have it in the Carnew half. Here goes Chris Heaslip. Chris Heaslip getting inside the arc. Chris Heaslip, nice burst of pace. Still going. Chris Heaslip for the first score in this half. 114 to 9 points. I don't think Darbar's will have a chat to Sean Murphy, and there's another man flat in there. No, just coming together between Jack Doyle and Chris Heaslip.
I think Heaslip was letting Jack Doyle know he got that last score there.
Mop now with the kick out. Goes long. On top of Ken Cullen, John Doyle coming behind. McConnor Doody doesn't get a hand to it. Richard Green gets the break, tap and go, and away they go. Here is Podge Dorn, or yes, it is Podge Dorn.
Yeah.
Gives it in over to Ben Brosnan. Brosnan, they'll need to use his right boot a lot in this half there to make up this deficit of 8 points. As Carnew now with Dan Redmond just work it in between the 65 and 45 in the Baltinglass half. Now to Jack Doyle. Ken Collins just trodden up into a bit of space. However, Tommy Collins in a nice bit of space here. Out, and he's going to bring it in just inside the arc. Sees the ball over to Colin McRae. Colin McRae controls it. White jersey just ahead of him. Conor McRae, dummy. Try to get past Arun Daly, but no real gap to run into as he gives it over to Richard Green. Richard Green now to Ken Cullen. Cullen bounces now over to Colin McRae. Colin McRae over to Jack Doyle. Jack Doyle gives it back to Ken Cullen, trying to spot a gap. Ken and Cullen though meet some white jerseys, but gives it back to Jack Doyle. Jack Doyle, Conor McRae, I think, stole it off his man, and he kicks a soccer style to Sean Murphy, who goes out and collects. Tom Burke there trying to tackle, but only really just shadowing, gets an arm in there, but Sean Murphy bursts through that. Sean Murphy still going forward, gives it on the ground to Podge Dorn. Dorn picks up. Conor McRae's moving a run up his right. Jack Kerwin there, arm around his head. Podge Dorn goes for the shot.
Dorn. Just wide.
Now with that, is it maybe the way I'm looking at it, Jack Kerwin did have his arm around his face, but possibly just the height of the man is the reason.
Baltinglass rock solid in that attack there in defence. They're really good. They're holding it really well.
Just have a stop on the clock here now as Mark Jackson's to take the kick out. Looking long there now. He's got the wind at his back, and this is going to go a long way down. Underneath that is Jack Doyle for Carnew. Whoever there with the hands of Patrick Whelan. Paddy Whelan going forward, gives off to Johnny Keogh now. Straight away here a chance to put more on the board for Baltinglass. Adam McHugh for Baltinglass, the second point of the half.
Sure.
150.
Paddy Whelan made a good run on. He was still going if he got it back.
It's 115 to 9 points. So double scores here with only 5 minutes gone in the second half. It was a mountain at half time. What's taller than a mountain? Jack Kerwin gets a hand of that for Baltinglass and the mop kick out. And away come Baltinglass again. Adam McHugh gives it over to Paddy Whelan. Paddy Whelan tries to go through. However, his pass though too short for Jack Kerwin. Dan Redmond intercepted and away come Carnew again. John Doyle now in a bit of space. Johnny Keogh. Wow, look at James Fleming there. Doing brilliant there. Johnny Keogh gets a hand to it. And out. Here goes Chris Heaps. Trying to handle it on the ground. Yeah. Just unfortunate really in that
James
position.
Fleming made a great run there to get that ball back.
Some pace shown by the number 5. Carnew get on with the game. Dan Redmond points it forward to John Doyle. Cormac Redmond, you can very identifiable there with the bandage around his head. He's making a move down into space, but Podge Dorn here has been held up nicely by Paddy Whelan. But Podge Dorn though brings it past the 45. Back to Owen Kavanagh. Owen Kavanagh now looking to take on Conor Doody. He does get past him, but Conor Doody doing well just to not let him get too far away. However, he's on the advantage. Podge Dorn to go for a 2-pointer. Will this go over? No. But they'll come back for another bite of the cherry. Ben Brosnan will, I suppose he'll fancy this chance, even against the wind.
Yeah, he surely will.
Whereas Sean Murphy as well has a good boot in him. He hit a few nice ones against AGB in the semi-final. So a bit surprised not to see him come out for this. But he's got 2 2-pointers in the first half with the win though, Ben. So Ben Brosnan to get Carnew's first score this half. Even if it does drop short, you do have Sean Murphy inside there lurking, and Conor McRae just to the right of the goal. Ben Brosnan on the edge of the arc. It looks like it's sailing. It's
just wide.
Just wide.
Just didn't come in for him.
Remains 115 to 9 points to Baltinglass. Mark Jackson with the kick out, I suppose. With 7 minutes on the clock, he can afford to take his time with these.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll kick the clock down nicely.
Some booting him. Expect this to hit the Carnew half with ease. It's a long dropping ball on top of Jack Kerwin. Jack Doyle tries to get a hand in there. Jack Kerwin's hand out broken into the path of Sean Doody. Sean Doody spots Chris Heaslip in a bit of space. He's a lot of pace. He's going towards goal. Heaslip puts it wide.
Just wide.
I think Cormac Redmond did enough there to put him off. He saw the mummy Cormac Redmond.
He steps after getting a couple of nice runs down that wing there now in the first few minutes, second half.
So on comes Owen Young for Dan Redmond for Carnew. 37 minutes on the clock. So Owen Young now will hope to have an impact as Carnew tried to make up this deficit. The short ball. Jack Doyle though showed calmness to collect that ahead of Johnny Keogh. Now Tommy Collins in possession. Collins pass up forward to Ben Brosnan. Carnew are getting on things quickly here. Conor McRae now ahead of Carl Furlong. McRae a little bit slowing down a bit, but finds a nice ball to Owen Cabinet in front of Arun Daly. Owen Cabinet checks back now to Conor McRae. He's going to shoot. No, gives it off to Podge Dorn. Podge Dorn. Owen Young's made a move inside, but Podge Dorn spots a gap. Runs through it. Podge Dorn.
Through. Score. Yeah.
115 to 10 points now. Carnew's first score of this half. So 8 points to margin. Mark Jackson needs some bell to that ball with the wind at his back. We're waiting now for Mark Jackson. Take this kick out. See James Fleming's made a move into space. He's not going to go for him. He's going to drop it down.
Dropping in Carnew, man.
And Podge Dorn read it well, collected and runs forward. On to Jack Doyle. Richie Green's made a move into space here, but Podge Dorn has been well held up by Sean Doody and Pat Burke. He's being fouled. Owen Young though trying to go forward. They'll bring it back for the free. Sean Murphy is standing just outside the 45. He is about him. He will go for this. Carnew will need 2 pointers to make up this deficit. And Sean is just not happy with the ball.
Baltinglass getting ready to make a substitution here.
Jason Kennedy looks like he's about to be introduced. In fact, he is going to be introduced straight away for Adam McHugh. Jason Kennedy select down to start. Sean Murphy placing the ball on the turf. Bring the deficit down to 6 points. As you mentioned there, he hasn't been on enough ball really, but these are positions that they'll need to take these chances. Carnew have a chance. Murphy to put the boot through it. It goes low. Richie Green looks to catch it, but doesn't catch it. However, it's Owen Young now in possession. Looks for Sean Murphy to get it back again. Murphy gets a knee to it. Richie Green will collect the break. Green now on the ball. Scored a point in the first half. Gives it back out past the 45 to Jack Doyle. Jack Doyle gives it infield to Tommy Collins. Ben Brosnan's made a move in space, but Tommy Collins just going to take this ball and carry it forward. Tommy Collins now runs into Paddy Whelan. Collins still in possession. Owen Cabinet trying to pick up there, but Baltinglass defence holds strong. Carl Furlong picked up the ball. He's on the ground.
Furlong's down.
With that, Tommy Collins had Ben Brosnan out wide, but he had to carry it. Certainly is the wrong decision.
Yeah.
Certainly was the wrong decision. Pat Burke now in possession. He gives it over to Jack Kerwin. Kerwin looking forward. Blue jersey surrounding him, but he spots his man available. In possession now is Conor Doody. Gives it back to Jack Kerwin. Now to Johnny Keogh. This is kind of like stuff we were seeing in the first half. Baltinglass just going side from side.
Taking their time.
Pat Burke. Is he going to look for a gap? Just gives it back to Chris Heaslip. Heaslip over to Paddy Whelan. Paddy gives it over to Johnny Keogh. Keogh now, not much of a gap there to go into. However, he did spot a man. That's his brother Tommy. Tommy goes for a shot.
Wide.
So another wide.
Furlong just slow about getting back up here on the other side of the field. Seems to have got a bad knock.
The way you position, I think it's a bad knock at the place. You don't want to get it. Yep, it is the place. You don't want to get it. Mop now with the kick out. Goes long, Jack Doyle and John Doyle around this. John Doyle gets a hand to win the ball, but loose. Chris Heath onto the break for Baltinglass. John McGrath. Pass it back to Sean Doody. Doody to Pat Burke. Pat Burke just going forward now. Well kept there by Baltinglass and Jason Kennedy. And they're running forward. Jason Kennedy still going forward.
2 up road.
Notice there from Carnew, yeah, we can see it's just Sean Murphy and Owen Kavanagh standing there half. Richie Green is the guilty party there. He has his head in his hands. Is Mark Jackson, are they going to take this from the... No, it has to be on the 21. Probably the right decision just to take the 1 pointer at this point. Tommy Keogh boots it over. 116 to 10, Baltinglass lead. 9 points the margin. Seen there was a pitch invader there. Barry Hayes, the Baltinglass manager. Fourth official Gary Dunn telling him he shouldn't be on. Mop with the kick out. Going long. Here's Sean Murphy in his own half. Catches it brilliantly. Away come Carnew now.
This is what Carnew need from Murphy.
John Doyle gives it over to Podge Dorn. Podge Dorn looking to spot a gap. Kind of on the verge of steps there, but get away with it nonetheless. Tommy Collins over to Owen Young. Owen Young outside the arc, gives it over back to Podge Dorn. Now to Tommy Collins. On to Richard Green, back to Jack Doyle. Conor McRae's move inside. Jack Doyle's not going to use him. 2 men clash there, Brosnan and Heaslip. But they're both back up. Here's Podge Dorn trying to get past Sean Doody. Gives it out to Richie Green. Chance for a score. Great block down by Jason Kennedy for Baltinglass. Whoever it spills loose. Here is Tommy Collins. Collins there, falling to the floor. White jerseys all around him, trying to get it up. Slips on the ground again. Tommy Collins now in possession. Arun Daly tried to rip it out of him, but Tommy Collins still has possession. Richie Green now. Will he have a second bite? No. Gives it over to Jack Doyle. Onto the 45 with Owen Kavanagh. John Doyle. John Doyle shifts a challenge. He's going to shoot his left foot. He is. He's dropping into Sean Murphy. Sean Murphy with a chance. No, just being held up well there by the Baltinglass defence. Pat Burke just kicks it out. Chance of a goal there for Murphy. Baltinglass try to get on with things quickly. Temper starting to flare a bit, do you think now, Stephen?
Yeah, well, Carnew were unfortunate to come away from that attack with something there. It was great work by Tommy Collins. He didn't, I don't know how he got the ball back up after seven Baltinglass men around him. And then, great ball, Murphy got the ball, just couldn't execute the shot away.
We can see there as well, it seems like Chris Heaslip and Ben Brosnan were having a getting to know each other. Contest in the 45, Heaslip's the man getting treatment there in the middle of the field. And very animated on the sideline there is Barry Hayes calling out the instructions. And we have a substitute as well warming up for Carnew, number 20, about to be introduced, Fionn Darcy.
He's after getting a black card on the red. Chris Heaslip, and he's after getting a black card.
So Ben Brosnan is after getting a black card here, and Chris Heaslip is after...
black and he's on a red.
Red. And Chris Heaslip has been sent off for getting a black card and a black card which he was already on a yellow card.
Already on a yellow.
So both sides down to 14. Carnew only temporary.
There'll be a lot of space now in the field.
And this will be interesting. And without Carnew, they have 10 minutes without Brosnan. They're going to need to get Sean Murphy into shooting positions as much as they can. There'll be a free here though to Baltinglass. As they move it on forward, Johnny Keogh's moving into space though. Justin House trying to get there. John McGrath surely will get a hand to us. He does.
Just over his head.
But Justin House picks up the break, trying to get it forward. Here is Podge Dorn. Now to John Doyle. Carnew needing to break. Richie Green's in a lot of space here. If he wants to use him, he does. Richie Green with a bit of space to run into. Sean Doody though is filling that space quickly. Comes back Paddy Whelan as well. He's trying to chase Richie Green. Richie Green checks back. Gives it to McRae. McRae with a shooting chance. Dummies. Goes into it now. A wall of white jerseys. Still going forward. On the advantage. Takes the shot. Is this a score for Carnew? It is indeed. 1 point back.
To see Carnew scrapping for everything around the middle of the field now, that's what you'd be expecting. The intensity is up a notch. And even when McGrath there went over his head, but they scrapped, got the ball back up and over the bar.
They're going to need to Carnew. They're going to need to do as much scrapping as they can to make up this deficit, but that's exactly what they need at this point. On comes Fionn Darcy for Owen Kavanagh for Carnew, number 20. Fionn Darcy is wearing. Mark Jackson once more with the kick out. You really said about that space opening up. It does, even though it's only 2 men gone. It seems very open here.
Yeah.
Jackson around Daly's come short, but he's not going to use him. He's just going to pump this one as far as he can. It's on top of Sean Doody, or on top of Jack Kerwin, Jack Doyle.
Trying to get in the back there, but it's gone as he let on.
Paddy Whelan though keeps going forward ahead of Justin House and Richie Green. Still going forward, Patrick Whelan, despite the challenge of the 2 Carnew men. Gives it inside to Tommy Keogh. Tommy Keogh over to Jason Kennedy. Chance to cancel out that earlier McRae score. No, mop. Just mopping up. Short. Doing well to mop up there, Cormac Redmond. Cormac Doyle, and he's
bursting up the field.
On now to Owen Young. Owen Young over to Tommy Collins. Jack Doyle's available here out wide. Tommy Collins under severe pressure. Still going forward though, Tommy Collins. Cormac Redmond there with the yellow jersey is far from his goal. And back in now here is Fionn Darcy ahead of Conor Doody. Drops to the ground, but Fionn Darcy picks up again. Now to Podge Dorn. Dorn going through.
Good hand in.
Good hand there by Conor Doody. Wins possession out in the end line. Trying to keep possession. Ball lost, scrabbling loose. Baltinglass will come away with it. Here's Johnny Keogh. Coming back for a free though.
No.
45. And Cormac Doyle there going back to his goal. Sean Murphy coming out to take this 45. Last one he took from a similar distance.
He didn't get under it. Yeah, he didn't get under it, or maybe he did, but he just was going to kick it that way. It's hard to know. But yeah, he need to get a bit of high on it now because the Brosnan off. So
we're looking at it's a deficit of 8 points here in Echelon Park for Carnew. This to make it 7. Bring it back to as it was at half time. A couple of Carnew bodies in the Baltinglass box. But without Sean Murphy in there, they just don't have the height. Puts his boot through it, it's floating and it's gone well wide of the target. Fionn Darcy made an attempt to keep it in play, but that was nowhere near. Mark Jackson's calling for a ball, there's one right behind you, and he's found it. Probably heard from the umpire there, I don't think you heard me.
Yeah.
Jackson.
Murphy's picking up around in the field. If Carnew have got him on a lot of ball here now in the last 5 or 10 minutes.
The order is to keep it away from that end. 2 hands go up for it. Pat Burke gets onto the break there for the 2 Carn men going up for it. Pat Burke still going for it. Tommy Collins challenging. Good challenge for Collins. But however, Paddy Whelan picks up for Baltinglass. Inside the D, surrounded by blue jerseys. Paddy Whelan still has it, gets it off to John McGrath. John McGrath hooks it over the bar.
That was a fantastic score under pressure there. For all loads of Carnew men around.
For all the dog work Carnew are doing still, we have players like John McGrath who can do that.
Yeah, here's danger.
Here's now Johnny Keogh, Tommy Keogh.
It's gone out for 45.
Out for 45. John McGrath, of course, scored 1-2 in this match. He's had a free. Looks like it's going to be a free on the 21 here for 2 up.
It's twice now.
So Carnew. I suppose the argument is being made. People seem to be confused with the rule. That was changed during the league where it was noticed when you had a man down, you still have to have 3 men up. Tommy Keogh with the free. The further press, Baltinglass advantage. 20 points to 11. I don't think that's right. Yeah, Tommy Keogh puts it over the bar. 118 to 11 points. Tommy Keogh now with 5 points, 3 frees. as that kick out goes out for a sideline. Nothing going right at the moment for Carnew.
No, they just can't seem to get their hands on the ball at all.
Baltinglass get on with that line back quickly here. Sean Doody. Sean Doody, they can just be as patient as they want really here. Baltinglass at this point. James Fleming works it out wide. On now to Tom Burke. Tom Burke hands it off to Paddy Whelan. Back to John Keogh. Just a couple of blue jerseys ahead of him. Baltinglass content. They just kick it across the 45. Pat Burke. Richie Green shadowing. Back to Johnny Keogh. Cormac Rebbins come up to shadow him. On to John McGrath. John McGrath has had a brilliant performance today. He gives it over to Sean Doody. Sean Doody spots the run there. Here is James Fleming. Fleming back to Tommy Keogh. So, Tommy Keogh and John McGrath on fire. 119 to 11 points. Mop with the kick out. Goes long.
This one.
Jack Carwin gets his hands to it. Jersey being held there.
Free. Pulling the jersey.
I suppose John Doyle is the target there, but Jack Carwin has been doing fantastic.
Yeah, he is.
It's being moved up for the lip, for a bit of mouthing going on. Another chance in the 21 for Baltinglass, and it's just
Baltinglass love this, you know. They don't just tap it over the bar, and it's another minute gone off the clock as well.
Or put, you know, it's 22 points to 11. It's double scores here. Here's to put it 12 points between the sides. It's a Mount Everest for Carnew to climb. Tommy Keogh with the score. Tommy Keogh now with 7 points, 4 frees. So we're looking at Baltinglass 120, Carnew 11 points. Ben Brosnan still has a couple of minutes before he can come back on. Cormac Doyle with the kick out, looking for Sean Murphy. It's going to drop on him. Tom Burke and
pick it up.
James Fleming picks up the break, or does he know? Tommy Collins there to challenge. James Fleming still going forward. Gives it off to Johnny Keogh. Johnny Keogh soloing in front of Michael Rock. He just hands it off to Tommy Keogh. Looks inside for Paddy Whelan. Paddy Whelan challenge there from Sean Murphy. That's a free on the 45, is it? No, it's not.
He's letting it play on. It was shoulder.
Just a shoulder or body check from Sean Murphy. James Fleming putting him under pressure. Sean Murphy though coming through those challenges. Sean Murphy now, but it's a little bit of space there, but Tom Burke is closing in fast. Sean Murphy though trying to get through him. Has to go back inside. Tackle there. And on the advantage now, Carnew are. Here goes Podge Dorm. Richie Green now to his left. He's going to use him. Gives it over to Richie.
Overlap.
Richie now onto the 21. Richie Green has to check back inside and gives it back to Podge Dorm. Scored a point earlier on in this half. That one's just going to flow to the back post. Underneath that's Ken Cullen.
It's going out for 45.
So Jackson got a touch of that. Number 27, Paddy.
Just got a hand to it.
Number 23, Ken Cullen is being taken off here. Paddy McGing is coming on. And we see as well number 10 there, Stephen Heaslip, is coming on for Baltinglass. He's coming on for John McGrath. I'm sure he'll get a massive applause as his name is ringing out. He's had a brilliant performance. 1-2 from play for John McGrath, the veteran. It's fair to say, he's a popular man.
Good return, yeah. He had a great game today. First half, he was pulling all the strings around the half forward line. He was setting up a lot of attacks for Baltinglass. He's had a great game.
Sean Murphy to take
He's
this.
Gets the standing ovation here, McGrath, and he's coming off.
Sean Murphy stands over this 45. It's a long way to go. Sean Murphy, this one looks like it's good. It's floating and it's over the bar. Umpires are happy with it.
Yeah.
120 to 12 points. Mark Jackson now. Then Brosnan comes back onto the pitch. I was a bit off there, I think, with my timing on how long I had left. But now Carnew up to full complement. It's 15 versus 14. Chris Heaslip being sent off with that incident with him. Jackson goes long. John Doyle though catches. No, he doesn't. Johnny Keogh put under pressure. However, it's a free though to Doyle. Cormac Redmond gets on with it quickly, but
Being brought back again.
Has to be John Doyle to do that, hasn't it? When he kicks it to Cormac Redmond, who is in that position. Cormac Redmond still going forward. We've only got just over 8 minutes to go. Good ball by Carnew Emmets to Podge Doran.
High challenge.
Hand around there by Carl Furlong. Podge Doran. Is this his second point? Kept in play by Fionn Darcy. Fionn Darcy.
Try it.
Fionn Darcy. Virgil steps. Richie Green now turning inside. Still white jerseys around him. Paddy McGing. Back to Richard Green. Richard Green is going to go for the point. It just goes left and right. We're going to go back for the free though.
Bringing it back for the free.
That high challenge.
Carnew, just Baltinglass are rock solid in the defence. There's just no chances. They're not leaving that open for Carnew to get in for a goal. And you think they really need one now at this stage, don't they?
Absolutely, they need goals, they need 2-pointers, they need the whole shebang. For Ben Brosnan here, if you're in his position, are you just going to tap this one over, or? Yeah, looks like it.
Probably, yeah, I'd say so.
Sean Murphy's not made a move. In fact, Sean Murphy's out there in between the 45 and 65.
There's no one in for it anyway.
It's just the lone Fionn Darcy. Brosnan just taps it over the bar. So 10 points the margin. Baltinglass 120. Carnew 13 points. Jackson just. I know there's a bit of a skip now up to the tee. Taframoni's just going to take his time and run down the clock a little bit. We've 7 minutes to go. Sub as well. Be introduced from Baltinglass shortly. See, I think that's number 18. Patrick Kerwin will be introduced. Jackson goes along with this. Dropping on top of Tom Burke, however, it's Jack Doyle who won it. Away from Carnew, Podge Doran. On here to Owen Young. Owen Young takes it over to 45. Owen Young still going forward. Sees Sean Darcy moving to a bit of space, a bit wide from the goal. Pat Burke shadowing. Gives it back to Sean Murphy. Sean Murphy gets past the terrible challenge of Stephen Heaslip. Back to Fionn Darcy. Surrounded now by white jerseys. They're all closing him like a Leinster crunch challenge. And here is Conor McRae. And that is just well wide of the target.
Needed to be dropping a hin around his hair, didn't he?
There was men going in there, Jack Doyle and Podge Doran, and on comes Patrick Kerwin. He's going to come on for Conor Doody, who's had a brilliant performance operating around the midfield. Or Sean Doody rather. Another man getting a massive applause from the crowd.
Yeah. You just see in them last few minutes, Baltinglass's defence is just rock solid.
So we're coming out to the last 6 minutes. Any thoughts on the man of the match, Stephen?
The man gone off there, John McGrath, be in the shape-up for it, I'd say, and Jack Kerwin. He's had a great game. He's a little bit quieter in the last few minutes, but the first half he was going through a lot of ball.
Sean Murphy tried to win that long ball for Carnew. Conor McRae that was onto it. Conor McRae checks back in between two. Baltinglass fast, but Arun Daly gets the hand in on the advantage now for that kick out from McRae. And away come Baltinglass. It's in the hands of Conor Doody, who gives it off. The man in space, Patrick Kerwin, now has just been introduced. He's on the ball.
Referee blew the whistle here.
Something there. Is this for a bit of descent that's going on?
He didn't take it from where he was giving it. Yeah, he's letting it on.
No, he's going to take it on the 21. It seems, I'm not too sure exactly what that was for. Was it a bit of descent going on?
No, I didn't see it.
Jackson had his shoulders shrugged. It's going to be free.
Back out to brought out for a 2-pointer.
Yeah, Sean Murphy's going to, well, they're going to need more, couple of 2-pointers to get back into this if they have any chance in the last 5 minutes. Baltinglass only have 2 men in the Carnew half at the moment. Sean Murphy though kicking this, kicks it through, kicks it over the bar. 8 points the margin, 120 to 15. Sean Murphy, am I right to say that's Sean Murphy's first score of the game?
No,
it's got
scored one from free as well.
Got one from free earlier on. 45, yeah. So all his scores coming towards the end of the game. Any more thoughts there? So we have John McGrath and Jack Kerwin. If you're to separate them, who would you be favouring towards?
I don't know. That's a tricky one. Could be above my pay grade.
I suppose John McGrath wasn't taken off with 10 minutes to go. I'd 100% agree with you. But away come Baltinglass again. Here is Tommy Keogh. You mentioned another man who's had a brilliant performance.
Yeah, very good performance.
And Johnny Keogh. He's been a bit the good orchestrator there in the half-forward line for Baltinglass. And now to Stephen Heaslip. He gives into the space for Pat Burke to run onto. Pat Burke now. Jack Doyle closing the space quickly. Pat Burke just checks back. No need to rush anything here. We've got 3.5 minutes to go. Johnny Keogh coming through the challenge of Sean Murphy and Paddy McGing. He gives it back to Jack Kerwin and over to Stephen Heaslip. And they work it across there to Tom Burke. And out wide now to Patrick Kerwin. Kerwin kicking the ball ahead of him. And they're just working across there side to side. No need to rush anything, as we've mentioned before. Tom Burke. Here's Patrick Kerwin. Disappointed hush there from the crowd as they've been told not to enter the pitch at the full-time whistle.
Say that. We'll have a job curtailing that one.
Plan B, as they've called it in Croke Park, if it's to happen. Tom Burke hits it across Arun Daly. Arun Daly bringing it forward, kicks it forward for Pat Burke. Jack Doyle on his case fairly quickly. Jack Doyle gets a hand in there, but Pat Burke waiting on that challenge. 3 in. I suppose, can't press you for an answer on that man of the match there, Stephen. I'll go with Jack Kerwin if you would agree.
Yeah, Jack Kerwin, yeah.
So we'll go with Jack Kerwin is the man of the match for this one. I mean, you are right, there's a lot of good performances there.
There is. The Baltinglass have really controlled the game throughout. Their experience has been massive to them now, And like we said earlier on, a little bit of hurt from the couple of final losses. The focus is the mind.
So a couple of subs coming on. Number 19, Jason Steed is coming on for Arun Daly. And number 20, is coming on for... Number 8 coming on for Carnew is Connor Bean. He's coming on for Richie Green. Also saw there number 17, John Young coming on. Or number 19, 27 there for Carl Furlong, Jack Buckey. Mark Jackson now with this kick. Chance of a 2-pointer. He's been 100% accurate so far. Jackson lines it up, puts the boot through it. This is going over the bar, is it? Drop it short. Just short. That looked absolutely gorgeous.
When I left it here, it was going.
As the ball, as Carnew come away with, here's Ben Brosnan. Gets it infield to Podge Dorn. Dorn on the ball. Sees Tommy Collins in space.
Numbers here.
Carnew are trying to flood forward, but Baltinglass just holding their lines well. Collins over to number 19 that came on. John Doyle hits it wide. Mark Jackson there once again with the kick out. Mark Jackson just moonwalking over the position to take the kick out. Looking long, looking at his options. Option here, but always there is Stephen Heaslip. He's gone into position of space, however, he's going long. Looking for Jason Kennedy, though. 2 Carnew hands around it. One of those is John Doyle, who takes it brilliantly. He gives it off to Sean Murphy. Sean Murphy going forward. Fionn Darcy's made a move into space, however, he's going to opt for Owen Young, who's made into space down his right. Bit of tackling there on Ben Brosnan. Brosnan now in possession, trying to get through Tom Burke. He's held up well, but there is Owen Young who gives it over to Jack Doyle. Goal chance, no, slipped to the ground. Jack Doyle dives on it, touched on the ground.
Yeah, he went down on it.
Just a rush of blood there.
Yeah.
And a bit of
just could have been a little bit more composed,
Baltinglass get on with it here now, as the ball is being brought up 50 metres for those after us. I'd say, for Baltinglass, it's been a complete performance from them.
Yeah, they're savouring the last couple of minutes because they know they're home and hosed.
It's Jason Seed, number 19 there, taking up position of space. He's not going to go for him though. He goes instead to Patrick Kerwin. Kerwin there, Paddy McGing shadowing him. Gives it to Pat Burke in a bit of space. Ben Brosnan trying to close that down. Missed the challenge. Jack Kerwin now your man of the match. Going forward. Tackle there from John Doyle, but he's still going forward, Patrick Kerwin. Or Jack Kerwin rather. Paddy Whelan is his midfield pattern. He gives it off to Conor Doody. Sean Murphy gets a hand to it.
Good hand in.
And there's only one man up for Carnew, so a free on the 21. That's been a big feature of this second half.
Yeah.
The hooter is about to sound. There it is. Baltinglass are the Bowman Platform Hire Senior Football Champions of 2025. Oh no, 1 second. Still going on here. There's players on the pitch celebrating. But Dara Byrne
have to play the free.
Gary Dunn, the fourth official, waving lads back on. How can you contain that excitement from the Baltinglass? You just can't.
Yeah, they've been a few years now.
There it is now. I didn't see that they put that off the park. I think it was Johnny Keogh, but Baltinglass are the champions. A bit of afters going on here.
Definitely over now, is it?
Definitely over, yeah. So, Stephen, how can you sum that match up?
Well, look at Baltinglass, worthy champions. They can control the game from the get-go. You know, they were comfortable throughout. I'd say Carnew maybe after learning a lot from today. But you know, maybe should have brought Murphy out sooner out around the field. You know, if them is the few questions they'll probably have. But you know, Baltinglass, all the big players showed up today. You know, and they have loads of big players. They all showed up, and that's what you want from to win a championship, and fair play to them.
Yeah, and we look there at a couple of statistics. Scores from play there in the second half. Baltinglass 110, Carnew 11 points. Scores from frees in the second half there is 10 points. This is overall.
Overall, 10 points, to 4.
To 4. Yeah. Baltinglass only 2 2-pointers, so that is some amount of points to get. So we're looking at 16 points.
Still,
singles.
I think, what was it, 6 points in total with the 2 pointers for Jackson for the day. So yeah, it's a good chunk of scoring from your goalie, isn't it?
Absolutely, Mark Jackson, brilliant performance. And we'll be waiting here now for the players to make their way over for the presentation. Like for Carnew, it's their first county final. They have 2 next weekend in their hurling. Not exactly getting off the best start they would hope for, but still a chance at silverware next week.
Yeah, they have 2 chances still, and I'd say they'll regroup. You know, focus, put this behind them, and focus for the hurling.
Absolutely, you know, disappointed, you know, hands around the hips for a couple of players as Baltinglass.
With Carnew now coming up from intermediate, like they've a lot of young players there. They'll have learned a lot from this. They've had a great run, in fairness to them. So it's definitely something to build on for next year.
And as well, like, you're looking at the excitement there, Carnew were caught 3 times.
Yeah, that comes back to the experience again, you know. There'll be a little bit of excitement and the nerves.
And we're seeing now, couple of bits
have a job keeping the supporters off. A few of them breaking out now.
Yeah, couple got on. I'm sure a bit surprised now. I mean, this is the last match of this weekend here in Echelon Park, but obviously wanted to keep that ground as fresh as they can for the matches to come over the next couple of weekends. A couple of kids on the pitch. I mean, like, look at it's obviously going over to meet their heroes. It's a long for Baltinglass. As I mentioned there, it's 5 years since they've won it. They were up by 7 points last year against Tinnahealy, who came back and beat them.
They were much more in control of the game today. You know, they weren't caught in the second half or anything. You know, they didn't let their guard down. Yeah, you have to say that they kept focused all the way through. Like, they were good, worthier to win.
Absolutely, you know. We're if we look there, because we were picking out John McGrath, of course Tommy Keogh as well. Like he had a good scoring for Tommy Keogh.
Even Johnny Keogh was popping up a lot around the field. Like, you know, there was a lot of attacks started with him and went through him as well. You know, so when you have Johnny and Tommy ticking along, and then you throw in John McGrath, one of our men we mentioned. It's like the quality there of attack is great. But like when Kerwin was coming through, like from the midfield, he was doing massive damage, getting the ball up into scoring opportunities.
I reckon there, like, as well, Chris Heaslip was having a brilliant start to the second half.
Yeah, he did. Popped up, I think, was he 2 points in a wide, just barely in the first 7 or 8 minutes of the second half, and he would have been happy with his game up to the red card.
Absolutely.
It was probably 2 yellows, was it?
Well, it was a black card and a yellow card. And like, but we mentioned that, you know, about that pace. You know, he had a great acceleration when he got the ball as well. Another man with great pace who set up the goal or started the move for the goal was Carl Furlong.
Yeah,
you know, coming from the left corner back position.
That's right. Yeah,
and it's
massive work from him.
There's honestly all round.
Yeah, you can say
there was great performance.
Arun Daly had a good game, like full back. You know, like Carnew never really threatened Baltinglass's goal all he wants, I think, and you know, their defence, Baltinglass's defence was rock solid.
Yeah. So it's Arun Daly down. I think I was calling him Dane at the start. A great Dane he was though today for Baltinglass.
Yeah.
And we have you know, even like with their substitutes, so Jason Kennedy came in and he, like, you know, honestly, he had a good performance.
He did.
Carrying the ball forward.
The subs they made them on cue, you know, and they were all added to it, you know. But that's the thing about winning the championship, you have to have the panel. You know, and it's not just 15 players, it's the other 7 or 8, 10, 12 that's on the team sheet, you know. That's what drives it.
Total 34, as you can see there on the panel here today.
Yeah, 34.
You know, it's a large panel compared to
some teams.
Carnew with 29 on the bit, but still a large panel by Ulster.
Yeah.
Any stretch the imagination. We'll be going now to listen to Damien Byrne and the Baltinglass captain make their speech.
I want you to give a big round of applause for the senior football Bhua platform county senior final today. Both teams, Carnew and Baltinglass, for a wonderful game of football. Carnew, you have to be complimented today on reaching your first senior final after only coming up from the intermediate last year. And I no doubt you will be back in the near future. Congratulations and the best of luck in the future. The Baltinglass, last year you were at the losing side. You know what it's like. And I want to compliment you today on your win, and congratulations to each and every one of you. Before I ask Fergal Donoghue of Bhua platform to make the presentation, just a couple of thank yous. First of all, to all the teams that played in our senior football Bhua platform championship, and to everybody, all our referees that participated, and especially to our CCC who done Trojan work throughout the year with all our fixture program in making sure that we went ahead. Without further ado now, I'm going to call on the captain, Pat Burke, to come up to receive the Donoghue Cup from Fergal Donoghue from Bhua platform. I think two Burke brothers are coming up. Tom and Pat, go ahead.
I didn't think I was going to work. Everyone. Just want to say what an honour it is to stand here and accept this cup on behalf of Baltinglass Echelon. Before I go on, I just want to acknowledge Carnew, a great game. Not a lot of words to say here, lads, just to take that pain away and reflect back on the year. I know it's take a lot of words and you won't come down to the day. So just best of luck with everything going forward in the future. Hard luck today. Darren, all the officials. That was the just going to start off with just ourselves, lads. Just today, the one last time was 2025. Should give a massive thanks just to you lads for the hard work and dedication put in for the last 2 years for this club. You know, for the last 2 years, haven't got over the line and sent it to the last tournament. Today, it shows the character that we need to every single one of you to get back up, keep fighting for the lads, keep coming here and getting this what we deserve today. So thanks very much, buddy. And just to the people that matter then more, our families, our friends, more and less supporters, everybody down there, green and white flags, supporting us here today, get behind us. Your kind words, your patience, your belief in teams here today, I just want to say thanks very much. I hope to see you so happy in all that. Keep God yourself, keep the top. just on our medicine, to start off just to say thanks to Claire, our physio, for all the work you do, not just for our own team, but for every team that's involved in the Baltinglass. We're strength and conditioning coaches, Sean and Bill, for the last 10 years. And then the rest of the management team, Noel, Joe, Christy, Mark, and the two men at the top table, Barry and John. I just want to say a massive thanks, lads, for all the hard work that the Aughrim house has put into us for the last 2 years. I don't think anyone would understand it, but like the families, what goes on behind the scenes. We keep harping on to them, we just express ourselves as footballers. Come out and just play the football the Baltinglass can play. I know we didn't do it last year, but I think looking at today, I think he's finally got what you deserve and the hard work paid off. Thanks very much. Just lastly, last time we were here in this pitch, 2020, especially as it was, we didn't get to look down and see everybody else here with us. It's one thing seeing this, but it's another thing here in the basic game. Baltinglass, bring the back!
Just before you go, there's one more presentation. This is the man of the match, and the man of the match award has been sponsored by Jimmy Hughes of Blessington. But I'm going to ask a good friend of mine who's put a lot of work into both club and county over the years to come up to make a presentation to his clubman on the man of the match. Martin Coleman, if you could please come up to me here to present the man of the match. There were several contenders today for this Man of the Match award, but the Man of the Match goes to Jack Carn. Once again, folks, I'd like to give a big hand today to our stewards and the Gardaí for all the work done here for us today, and to your patience, thank you very much.
Just here from Wicklow GA TV. My name is Daniel Kennedy. I want to thank everyone for tuning in today to listen to myself and Stephen Perry commentate on this fantastic win for Baltinglass, 120-15. Have a lovely evening and take care.